Distinguished sir, good morning. Welcome to Flow 94.9 FM. Ojuzo Carlos Speaks is the program. My name is Ginika Olwaha.
Good morning.
Good morning, Your Excellency. Now, today...
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Welcome, sir. Now, today, Abia State is celebrating 29 years of its creation. What is your message to the people of Abia State?
Well, my message is very simple. I want to, first of all, thank Abia people and Ndigbo people, neighboring people that live around the area, the love and the goodness they showed to me when I arrived back to the state after being in Kuje prisons for 6 months. And I was excited to see back people who used to gyrate with me, continue gyrating. I was very excited to have seen our people. I owe them a lot of thanks, and I will do everything to preserve the unity of our people and moving forward. I want to sincerely thank all men and women who came out in numbers without being planned. They just heard that I'm moving around and they came out in numbers. And for that love they showed to me, I have been looking for a way to thank them. I want to thank you, Ginika, for this opportunity you have given to me to thank them before I talk about Abia State. And these are entire people in Imo State, all along along the road of Umbise and along all the roads of Enugu State. Everywhere I visited, the Igbos have shown me wonderful love and good hospitality. I hope it will be like that to the rest of my life, and I will continue working to upliftment of the downtrodden people of Igbo land and other Nigerians.
Okay, Your Excellency, now let's talk about Abia State. Many people are of the view that as Abia clocks 29 today, there's supposed to be kind of progress in the state. Now, what's your assessment of the state since its creation 29 years ago?
Well, my impression about the state is nation building is a very difficult thing, and people on the sidelines never knew that to build a nation or to build a state takes a lot of courage and a lot of opportunity to continue building to be a nation state or nationhood. It's not just a day's job. It's not just a something you can do in one day. Leadership is a very big burden. When I was there, people thought it was a joking matter. We were able to impact the boys that are between 18 and 29 today. They are the boys that went to school when I was in Abia State Governor, who went to school by free education totally. Their parents never paid anything. And those of them in tertiary education institutions, like the University of Abia, the College of Education in Aruchuku, the School of Health Technology in Aba, they were being matched. And I could remember vividly, in Abia State University, people were paying 7,000 naira and we were remitting 93,000 per student. And then there were about 38,000 students in the campus. So that was a big thing to be able to give courage. Because any nationhood, any people, any group that have no education, they are zero in equation of leadership and development. So this is why when I came in as governor, the very first thing I did was to make sure that every Abia, remember between 1999 and 2006, there were no houseboys and house girls in Abia because it was compulsory that any adult, any child must go to school. And we also put up the Walk to Learn program, where people in Ariaria, in Ahiohoro, in the town market in Umuahia and Obosisi, all of them, we put up a program where these people were going to school in the evening, Walk to Learn program. It was there. And we also went further to pay their WAEC fees to be able to master the people to go to school, because education is number one. So that made all the traders hawking goods on the road and all the rest of them in the market. We are coming back to the Walk to Learn program. And the Walk to Learn program developed a lot of people who could have lost in tertiary institutions. They went back to school and they went to school and they learned in school. And the school also learned in them. So these are the kinds of developmental things I have seen that are fundamental issue in Abia. And Abia have to be on the line to be able to move forward.
Okay, Your Excellency, you've been able to, point out those areas you actually excelled while you held sway in Abia State. Now, what areas do you think the present government can improve on to move Abia forward?
Well, it is not my duty to come to the radio to discuss the present government or past government. You see, government is an institution. I have a channel that I can pass whatever I want them to improve by sending it to the governor directly. I was once the governor of the state, and I will not want a fellow governor to come and tell me what I will do or what I will not do on the radio or TV. It's not the right thing to do. But I have a channel that I sent him my opinion about governance. And if I discuss it publicly, then it means the comradeship of being former governor or being part of the state is no longer there. People of APC and PDP and ABGA and other parties, they can do that, but Ojikalo cannot be able to do that on the radio. I'm a very courageous man. It's our state. It's not that I cannot do it, but I want unity and peace in the state so that whenever I advise, that advice will be taken seriously in-house. They know that it's not for a political gain. It's not for anybody to have a cheap popularity. It's not for anybody to shun each other, because this is what has been happening. So I'm changing the scenario where I can send letters, I can send information, I can send text messages to the governor, I can advise directly or indirectly. I can advise through his chief of staff, I can advise through his secretary to government, I can advise through his commissioners. So this is what leadership is all about. So it's not necessary every day I will come. I'm not running to go and be governor of Abia State. Neither am I running to go and be anything that will conflict with interests of my party and the PDP. So I am a former governor. The public secretary of APC can criticize the governor, and the members of APC can criticize the governor or praise him, because they have never been governor. So I have a channel where I can pass my grievances, my understanding for people and on people to the governor of Abia State.
Well said, Your Excellency. Now, let's move over to the Senate, where you are the Senate Chief Whip. Now, I understand that some time ago, you moved a motion for an amendment of the administration of criminal justice system in Nigeria. How is that amendment going right now?
I did not move a motion only.
Okay.
I did not move a motion only. I have proposed an amendment, constitutional amendment of criminal justice system. And I've also proposed amendment on the criminal justice itself, the law, so that it could be strengthened, to strengthen the law to be fair and free to all. Because a freer society, there are two hard parts of democracy. One is a hard part, the other one is a soft part, what I'll call the software and the hardware of democracy. The software of democracy is like rule of law, being fair to all, obeying traffic lights, making sure you obey the policeman on the road, making sure that you obey a statute called law. And some of these statutes are defaulted. They are not really what should be practiced in a democratic process. These are the systems I want to do. I'm not trying to do it because I have gone, suddenly went to Kije prison and I saw a loophole. And those also added from what I saw in the prison. A lot of Nigerians are suffering for doing nothing. And those are the amendments I'm seeking for. And those are amendments I want to see. Because I'm a victim. And being a victim must be able to correct what is injustice in the eyes of the Lord and the eyes of the people. So I'm not doing it because I want to score a point. I'm doing it because I see the defects in our law. And those defects will be accepted. It's not only me going to discuss it. It will be discussed in the Senate and they will go for concurrence in the House of Representatives. So it's not what I want, it's what will be good for Nigeria. And now, for any leader to start talking about society, we must be able to do what is right to the society. When I was governor there are a lot of judges there. We obey their laws. When they say don't see a boy here, I was building a deep hole underground to channel all those waters to waterside. I had an injunction by Justice Akomas and I obeyed it. That is why the road was not built. The landlords there took it that I was going too deep. I'll come and pay them compensation. And you obeyed the court order and the road was not built. And today the place is still a slump. So you obey the law, the people might not benefit. You disobey the law, you go on around the society. Any system must obey the law. The court of competent jurisdiction, you must obey the law. But if you are not satisfied with the first instance court, you go to the second court. If you are not satisfied with the second court, you go to the final court, which is supreme. So we must straighten the things that put us in the criminal of administrative justice. So it has to be done, not with any bias, not with anybody in mind, but the society must continue to be improving. We're only 60 years in existence as a nation. America is over 300 and something years there, but they're still amending laws. So we'll continue to be amending our laws to suit for the benefit of majority of people of our nation.
Okay, Your Excellency, still talking about your activities at the Senate, we also understand that you also made a call to the federal government, specifically to the Ministry of Transportation, calling for the improvement of the Eastern Rail line, in especially in Southeast. How are you relating your office with that of Ministry of Transport to make sure that this particular issue is trashed out?
No, as a senator, I have no direct relationship with the Minister of Transport. The relationship we have is President and Commander in Chief of Federal Republic of Nigeria. Okay. We make laws, we make amendments of the laws, we send it to the President for assent. Once the President puts assent to it, he will direct the Minister of Transport or Minister of Petroleum or Minister of Finance or Minister of anybody who is in charge to implement the law. So, and other society where it concerns them. What happened that the Eastern Rail line was not included, and I was shocked that it was not included in the loan. So I raised a motion because I was in prison when it was passed. So I came back and reopened it and said, no, we must include the Port Harcourt to Enugu, to Makode, and outwards to the Maiduguri line. It's a very essential line, and it's the longest line you can think about, both viable in commercial and viable in people's movement. So I said, no, it was not fair. I drew the attention of my colleagues and the Senate President. And the President was kind enough to give me opportunity to express that, and I have proposed a new option, which the Senate they are still looking at it. So it's not politics, but it's not anything. It's just something that due for us. We must ask for it. Anything that is due for us, we must ask for it. I'm not a senator that have been sent to the Senate to start making noise. I'm a senator that said to give results. It's not number of bills I give or number of times I stand up to speak in the Senate that is the working terms. If you go to Abia, you will see that speaking every day in the Senate is not the issue. All the communities are having small roads to themselves, and the only where I'm still advising the major road going from Omahia to Ohafia is owned by the state government. It's a state government road. I have sent a letter to the governor to make sure he represents the road. I've also asked FEMA to see what they can do about the road.
Okay, Your Excellency, now that you are very much in touch with the people of Abia North, what are they expecting from you going forward?
Well, people expect much from senators or members of House of Representatives, or even members of House of Assembly. People are expecting us to build road. It's not our duty to build road. People are expecting us to bring water. It's not our duty to bring water. People are expecting us to send their children to hospital. It's not our duty. We are only lawmakers. But out of our contacts and our face, we can use our face to get something for the area. That is how it looks like. So people expect so much from a senator. I'm not the governor of Abia State, or a commissioner, or a minister, or president. These are people you expect to do projects. My job is to make law. But we also move out of our project to add our face to be able to attract projects to our area. This is what we are doing. People expect so much. You journalists should explain to the people. It's not really our duty. I have inflow of people say, give me job, give me job. We don't talk about job. And look at, because I stood my point to ask ADDC to do some communal road, you can see that they are already saying I wanted a favor. I wasn't governor, I wasn't anything. So you can see, these are the issues. When people come and tell me, write me to Minister of Transport, or Minister of Education, or Minister of Science and Technology to give me a job. I'm constrained in writing that letter because I cannot do it, because the letter will be a reference point tomorrow when there's a conflict between the Senate and the ministry. So those are the issues.
Okay, Your Excellency, you'll agree with me that there's been this series of calls here and there for you to contest for office of the president in 2023. So many people have been making that calls, religious bodies, individuals, and all that. Your Excellency, do you have any intention of going for the office of the president in 2023?
No, listen, I'm in Nigeria. Asking me that kind of question is not possible. But it's also very, very unfair to President Buhari that on his first year of his last term in office, people are already asking who will be president. It's not very fair. So they should give the president time to do his job, to deliver what he promised to Nigerian people, to be able to show the gains and the profitability of democratic process. It is fair enough that starting now, where the president have just done for 1 year and anniversary, people start asking you, you want to be president, don't you want to be president? Yes, if you give me presidency, why not? I will take, I'm human, and I'm capable of doing the job. The problem is who is capable of doing the job. But for today and tomorrow, I'm looking at our constituency still needs a lot of job to be done. So if you give me opportunity, I would like to go back to run for Senate for second term. But if the people of Nigeria want me to be president, they will show their hand. And why not? I can do the job. I'm capable of changing the society and building the economy to 21st century economy for people of our country.
The former governor of Abia State and the Senate Chief Whip, Dr. Ojuzo Kalu. Thank you so much, Your Excellency, for speaking with us on Ojuzo Kalu Speaks here on Flow 94.9 FM.
Thank you so much, Oloha. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to talk to you from Abuja. I remain very grateful again to people of Abia State for the warm welcome they gave to me when I came back home. And I remain very grateful to people of Igbo land for the warm welcome also they gave to me when I came back to our area. I will continue to strive hard to see that our people have a better day in the community called Nigeria. That I will make sure that nobody will cheat us, and I'll make sure that nobody will take anything that belongs to us. It's not possible when I'm there. Unless I'm not there, they can do that. I assure your listeners that, and I want to tell them that they should support us and support our party. We are the trustees of the dream. Our party is not a northern party. When we brought PDP there sometime, people say it was a northern party, and the PDP won. And brought Obasanjo as president, brought Jonathan as president. So now there is opportunity for the Igbos and non-Igbos to continue changing, using all regional areas to run the national government. So it's possible that one day an Igbo man can be president through the APC.
Okay. Thank you so much, Your Excellency, for speaking with us.
Thank you very much, Allah. Bye-bye.
All right.